Timothy, what can I say? You did an outstanding job in this film. I wanted to
Thank you.
start by asking you, how much did you know about this case before you even took on the role?
I was aware of the case. I remember it all unfolding around the time, and lots of footage of Mr. Irving and so on and so forth turning up, and I remember being intrigued by it, but it seemed to come, be a big noise for a little while and go away. So when I read the script, I was fascinated to see that, you know, A, how brilliant the script was, and B, what a, you know, complex situation this was, and what a fascinating cause célèbre the moment was, in a sense.
Yeah. How hard is it for you as an actor? You're playing, this is a pretty nasty man, but to set aside any personal feelings at all and then just focus on who you have to play, is it hard?
Well, you've answered it in the question. It doesn't matter if it's hard or not, it's your job. You know, your job as an actor, whether you're playing somebody who's the most popular man in the world or somebody who has a very controversial, in some cases upsetting views. Your job is not to play the consequences of their actions. You jettison any feelings of that. It's not about sympathy. What you do is about empathy. People often don't know the difference, but empathy is to play it from somebody's point of view. It's immaterial as to whether you sympathise with them. That's another thing. Empathising is seeing it from their point of view, and that's what you have to do. Mm-hmm. Simply as that. That is, because we don't, as human beings, go around living, knowing what the consequences of our actions are. We go around just being ourselves, and that's your job as an actor. You're trying to play somebody turns up, looks like they're real at that moment in time. You know?
Yeah. It was a little bit of a challenge for you, this one. We don't usually get to see you play a bad guy, you know, so it's hard for me because I love you so much.
No, well, you're very sweet. No, I mean,
but, you know.
Well, look, everything's a challenge, and when you're playing somebody that is an antagonist, and is the person, the kind of receptacle for a lot of the, negative side of the story. Yeah, but your job, and therefore, is very important. If you're playing somebody that could be decided to be a monster, your job is to make the person as human as possible, because if you say someone is monstrous, you're letting that off the hook, because we're all human beings, and it's your job to play a human being, the humanity of somebody, you know, and then you have to do a lot of thought about that and play it from that. You know, my opinion about his opinions doesn't matter. My opinion is my job is to try and play him for, you know, and make him believable.
Yeah. Working with Rachel Weisz, I mean, I know obviously we're on opposite sides there, but just the courtroom scenes and just working, and for me, watching her, this was something out of her comfort zone as well. What was it like to work with her?
Well, it's great. I mean, the interesting thing is when you're playing so, somebody so, opposing somebody, and also Tom and Andrew Scott, these people, you're playing someone, these are your arch enemies, but these are people I really like. Yeah. Again, you can go and be charming and have a chat with them, as I do. I also respect their work very much. So, but that's not your job. It's your job is to forget all that in that moment. Yeah. In that moment. When that camera turns, you've done all the work. That's when you try and be that person. Not you, it's them. It's not about being clever. It's about trying to play that person.
Yeah. Well, you did a spectacular job. Are we going to see another collaboration with Mike Leigh? I mean, we want one every year. Come on.
Well, it's seven over 30 odd years. I think we might have a little rest now. I'm not on those plans for me to be in the next one he's working on, which is building up to.
Of course.
No, it's not. There's not on the. No.
Come on, got to keep them up, and we need to have you back here in Toronto, of course.
Well, it might be something else.
It definitely will be something else. It's always lovely to talk to you, and congratulations, you really just outdid yourself in this film.
Oh,
excellent job. Thank you so much.